there are many things I wish to include in this video, so I try to hurry, bear with me. First, there is, you can check the similarities between the seven signs, cups and trumpet sounds. They are very similar in picture, so that's an interesting point. But nothing to worry, but it shows that this is an ongoing spiral in John is Revelations. Now the second thing I wish to mention is Moses' Testament or Moses' Assumption, which has a very similar thematic from the 7th chapter to the 12th with the Revelations. But this just shows one more thing that these authors stone. Like Daniel, what they misinterpreted for their own purpose, like Matthew did in his Evangel many times with any would-be prophecy for Jesus, although they are misapplied every time. Now, here you have to realize that the book of Genesis is not one big vision, but a series of vision. This is very easily seen in the 12th chapter. And the astrological context is very easily seen too when it talks about the dragon with 1/3 of the star. When you check an astrological map, you will see the constellation Dragon and all its things. Now, the star woman, who can be, maybe it is church pregnant with Jesus, or Mary, the wife of Joseph, is this star woman. It doesn't really matter. This is the picture that Jesus born to earth. Now, move on. Yeah, there is some hunting from. Oh yeah, when talking about the Satan, the snake, just remember at the beginning of there were 7 letters. In one of them, the Jews were thought to be the synagogue of Satan, and if you draw down symbolically this Satan here from chapter 12, you will see this. This is a stylized menorah, the Jewish candelabra. So the Jewish face is Satan. The Jews' God is Satan, according to John's revelation. Yes, now, yes, some fighting, Satan comes to earth, some, well, if the star woman has a pair of wings, why would she bother with some flowing water? That just seems curious from a point of view. Now there is this accusation constantly in the New Covenant that the Jews persecuted the Christians, but that is, as far as we know, is not true until around the 4th century BC. So this is just propaganda. Now the beast. Let's see what is told about the beast. It comes from the sea. What is from what new things arise in Genesis, so 1 and 2, one of it. Now the humans also entered to the land of Israel when conquering by ships, because that was most easier. And beware that it has 7 heads, and later it is told that it is 7 kings, and 7 horns are 7 kings what are not kings, but under one step in hierarchy compared to the 7 kings. The seven kings are the Roman emperors. I don't know which is the first. Maybe Sulla, maybe later, just before Julius Caesar. Maybe the first is Julius Caesar. If Sulla is the first, Nero is the seventh. If Augustus, the first person who only heard Caesar as a title, then Nero is the fifth. So this is a little complicated and talks about actual politics. Now, the 666 in some of the earliest manuscripts is 616. Now 666 is more 6, and the 6 presents incompleteness and evil, and 42 presents 7 multiplied 6. 7 is perfect, so 42 is perfectly evil. Now 6 and 16 can be used on Nero's name, whose name letters of names in Hebrew are NR, W, and QSR, with the second N being optional. So the equitation in the Hebrew number mystical thing is 50, 200, 6, 50, this 50 being optional, 100, 60, and 200. 666 change from 616 is also imaginable, understandable, because 666 can be applied on another king. Now, there is a mention of a head which died and but still lives, but that can be used also on Nero, who committed suicide, but rumors were spreading that he only hiding. Now there was another emperor, because the 666 isn't applied on one of the head, but instead on the beast, and I heard 666 means only Latines, and I saw the numbering, so it could be, who cares. 666, so the mortal wounds can be applied on one of the emperors who sent some persecution order, but before that order arrived, another, he also died, and the news about his death arrived before his last command. So this thing is only one thing that we cannot be certain from now, but we can be certain what John applied these symbols, the Roman emperorships. So anything, even if you debated before the part before in Revelation, John's Revelations, you have to understand that in the eschatology, this point, the 12th chapter, is undoubtedly about the ancient Roman Empire. So anything before that, like the stars poisoning the water, cannot be applied on Chernobyl and that kind of bullshit, because here we are in order only in the Roman empires. So I run out of time. This video in the next one. Bear with me.